weight class, and to all the wrestlers in the 171 weight class. You're enjoying 3-2-1-8 state wrestling action from Gross Memorial Coliseum on the campus of Fort Hays State University, Smoky Hills Public Television. John Berlew alongside of Fred Scott. We're ready for the championship match in the 215-pound weight class. Jim Keller from St. Francis taking on Josh Kellerman, the senior from Norton.
This is a rematch of the regional finals. Kellerman won it 17-4, I think it was, last weekend out at Leota. But Keller was in the state finals last year, took second to Jeff Boyle from Norton, who's coming up in the 275-pound class, and has been kind of a legend the last few years. So it's not a pushover by any means.
1:35 on the clock, no score. We're in the first period. 215-pounders. This is the championship match.
You said a minute ago, John, that you told people they were enjoying the state finals. Well, if they're not enjoying it, there's something wrong with them. These have been some excellent matches.
You know, I had fun this weekend just walking around and watching the fans. I enjoyed the wrestling action, but it's also enjoyable to watch the fans and see how they react to what's happening on the mat.
Sometimes you wonder why you don't have your video camera with you so you can tape some of that footage.
Well, I was at the concession stand earlier today, and I assumed that it was a parent. It was a father whose son had just lost, and he said, "I can't believe it's over. We've been wrestling for 10 years. We've been coming to these tournaments for 10 years, and I can't believe it's over." And his friend said to him, "It's not over. It's never over. If you enjoy wrestling, you'll be back out here and you'll be cheering on the team. You'll be cheering on the home team."
Right.
It becomes part of your blood when you get into these tournaments. It really becomes a family event, a family affair. 25 seconds on the clock in the first period. No score. We're in the 215-pound weight class.
Keller comes in 13-5. He had a football injury and missed a part of the season. Kellerman comes in at 30-1, his only loss being to Haynes from Colby, who is the number 2 ranked heavyweight in 4A, I believe, or 215-pounder.
Time runs out in the first period. No score. No score. The fans do not like that.
Folks in the green up there thought wanted to, but the referee called it right. There was no control before the buzzer sounded.
Time had expired in the first period. The fans didn't like it, but that's the way it is. We go into second period, no score. Jim Keller, the senior from St. Francis, and Josh Kellerman, the senior from Norton, in the 215-pound championship match.
Of course, you know Kellerman's got to be tough because you know who he works out with in practice every day. It's got to be Jeff Boyle. Jeff Boyle is the number 1 ranked 275-pounder in the United States for high school age kids. So you got to get tough to work out with that every day.
St. Francis, very impressive this year, coached by Larry Gable. Norton, coached by Bill Johnson. 1-0 the score now. 1:35 in the second period. Low-scoring match so far. Out of bounds. Well, he's got his feet in still, but they call him out of bounds. 1:11 on the clock in the second period.
Kellerman placed 5th at 189 last year, and of course, as we said before, Keller placed 2nd at 215 last year, so no strangers here to the state tournament. Pretty good action for the 215-pound class, but we got a stalling call on the Norton boy. They feel like he's backing up and blocking too much. Of course, he probably feels like he's backing up and blocking just about enough. There he goes.
Caution for the stall.
They're giving the takedown there.
Kellerman picks up another 2 points, making the score 3-0 now. 37 seconds on the clock. We're in the second period.
Sort of looked like he might have stepped out of bounds there, but evidently he got it back in time to keep his control inside. So he got the takedown.
Kellerman has a 3-point lead now over Jim Keller, St. Francis.
Kellerman's going to try to ride out this period. And then Keller will be taking his choice in the third period. So
time runs out in the second period. The score remains 3-0. Josh Kellerman, the senior from Norton, a 3-point lead over Jim Keller, the senior from St. Francis.
Keller opts to go with the neutral position for the third period. So we're going to see some more action on our feet. Probably hope he can get a takedown in the near fall here and go ahead. Keller trying to get that outside Russian tie up so he can drop in on a leg.
They're back up again, still tangled in the up. Standing up, 1:34 on the clock, 3-0 the score. Kellerman with the lead.
Kellerman's got that head down in there blocking against his shoulder, trying to work his way down where he can throw a takedown move. We could have one or the other one of them here. There goes Kellerman with the throw. He was trying to tell everybody that was coming, John, but a little bit too slow.
1:03 on the clock. They go out of bounds. 3-0 the score. Still Josh Kellerman with that 3-point lead.
Keller drives in on the ankle. He's in, but now he has to try to figure out a way to finish it.
Time running out in the third period.
Didn't get it picked up soon enough.
51 seconds left in the final period. We're in the 215-pound weight class. Josh Kellerman has a 3-point lead over Jim Keller.
We're back in our throw position here. And Keller tries to do it. Doesn't have quite the pressure coming in that he needs, and Kellerman's able to hang back and get the takedown out of it.
And he increases his lead to 5. 30 seconds left in the final period.
It's kind of a desperation move by Keller there. He had to do something, and he had to pull him into him, but Kellerman's been called for stalling again, so we got 1 point on the board, but Keller was trying to get him to come into him and so he could throw that time, but Kellerman saw it coming soon enough and backed off.
Just 20 seconds left in the final period now. Kellerman has a 4-point lead, 5-1. He's in the top position.
Well, he's going to work now. He doesn't want another one of them stalling penalties, does he?
Well, he's really getting after it. Time running out. The seconds tick down in the third period. Kellerman will go home the state champion in the 215-pound weight class. The final score, 5-1. Josh Kellerman, the senior from Norton, over Jim Keller of St. Francis.
What a match. What a match. Usually people look at these big guys and say the matches are boring. That one wasn't boring.
Oh, absolutely not. The Norton crowd didn't like those stalling cautions and the stalling call that we saw there in the third period. But my gosh, Josh Kellerman kind of took it personally, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
He finished up that third period strong and goes home the state champion in the 215-pound weight class.
No, when I was coaching, I used to think one of the best things they could do is call my boy for stalling because he would get to work then.
We'll go over now to the awards table, the medals table once again, where we'll see the medals awarded in the 189-pound weight class.
Finishing sixth at 189 was LaShawn Van Syke from Hoisington. Fifth was Sean Davis of Eureka. Fourth, Dustin Washburn from Hoxie. Third, Thane Van Eaton from Stockton. Second place, Jared Hibbler from Halstead, and your champion, Joe Miller from Eudora.
Congratulations to our wrestlers in the 189-pound state championship tournament, the weight class. We're ready to move on.